So, Ben, you're standing for mayor.
Yes.
What are the sort of things that you think council needs to do, or are you happy with the way that council's been performing?
Yeah, look, I think the last 4 years have been pretty good. We have had a good, diverse range of councillors on the community, on the council, which has been really good to get a full representation of the community. I guess in terms of, I mean, you know, like we could always do a little bit better, and certainly, I mean, that's what we'd be aiming to do in the next term. But as I said, as I have said previously, I think it's important that we do focus on the basics. I think if we can just deliver on the fundamentals and the core council responsibilities, I think then we're doing our job. I mean, beyond that, if we can get a little bit more, if we can get another, you know, piece of infrastructure or another community centre or whatever, then great. But I think the most important thing is that we do focus on those core responsibilities and do them well first and foremost.
Yeah, so if you've been around talking to people, has anyone really given you any indication of what sort of things that they're concerned about in the Shire?
Yeah, look, I mean, they have. I mean, I guess, once again, I mean, the fundamentals, as I mentioned, are very important. I mean, most people have a particular piece of road or a particular area which is of concern or interest to them. And so, obviously, you know, I go through and discuss that with them in detail and see what we can do about that. And I guess one of the things, because we do have a really good, productive, I guess, staff, it's really easy to get along with the staff and whatnot. We've got a good relationship with them. If there are issues, I can go to them, talk to them one-on-one, and most of the time we can sort those things out. I think beyond that, I think obviously there are a number of political issues that are surrounding government in general, like things like CSG and those bits and pieces, and obviously there have been talks about that, and certainly, I guess, from council's scope, once again, I think it's important to go back to the basics and our core responsibilities, but you know, if there are other issues such as CSG and whatnot where we can play a role, then great, fair enough. But once again, beyond that, I think it's about the basics.
So what's your vision for Ballina?
Well, like I said, I think in the next 4 years, we need to look at obviously delivering a little bit more infrastructure. I think the key thing, obviously, specifically in terms of Ballina, we're looking at the main street. We have started reconstruction of the main street of Ballina. That's got to be finished. I certainly think that's a priority, and I want to see that finished in the next term. Obviously, some of the other bits and pieces, the coastal pathway, has been going on for a long time. It's been hard to get agreement and to sort of get that to where it needs to go. I think at this stage, obviously, we have been able to finalise the route, and now it's a matter of just getting that out there and getting that done. So I think those are certainly two standout things. Wallenbar's moving ahead as a growth area for young families. We want to make sure that we've got the infrastructure in place to deliver on that. I think, as I said, beyond that, it comes back down to the basics, just making sure that we look after those core responsibilities that council's there to do. So. Yeah.
And this was your first term. Any highlights on council? Any challenges?
Plenty of challenges. I think in terms of the last 4 years, it's been fairly good overall. I mean, look, there are times where you get rather frustrated, and there are times where you, obviously, it has been good. I mean, particularly, obviously, like you say, look, in the last couple of weeks, for example, we just approved the tender for the Ballina Surf Lifesaving Centre, and that's going to be fantastic. And, you know, I mean, you spend 4 years trying to work through all these issues and everything, and you finally get to the tender stage. I mean, it's rewarding. I mean, those little things are rewarding, and you have small victories along the way, little bits and pieces that won't make a difference today or tomorrow, but over the next few years will add up and make all that difference. So it's the small victories, I think, which has been good. So yeah.
Do you want to add anything else?
Not particularly, no. Obviously, you know, it's going to be an interesting election, and I think, you know, I mean, there are a number of really good candidates out there, so I guess all I'd say is, in general, is for people to make sure they do the research, find out about the candidates they want to vote for, and make an informed decision.